Stinky as they are, let's fucking talk some video games. Y'all see that Shadow of the Erdtree trailer?
I did see that Shadow of the Erdtree trailer.
Okay.
There's going to be more Elden Ring.
There's Elden Ring DLC on the way, and we're going to get big, dumb, stupid into Elden Ring minutia now. So, apologies in advance. It's a good game.
It's a fighting game for fantasy nerds.
I mean, I played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I can't believe the goddamn hand behind Moog is the DLC access point.
I can and do believe it. It's such an obvious thing that is like, yeah,
but it's so like Moog is a brick wall to a lot of people at various points in the game.
But that's a very detailed asset that didn't become anything, you know? So it makes a ton of sense they would. So looking at it initially, like lots of cool pretty, and then motherfucker, is that a swamp? It sure is. Miyazaki, never forget the quote. I rediscovered my love for making poison swamps. I know how people feel about them, but you know, I suddenly realize I'm in the middle of making one and I just can't help myself. It just happens.
So,
God,
there's a lot of cool details about this DLC, story characters, new weapon stuff. But I think by far the most interesting is that they realized that because Elden Ring is such a big game, that there is a massive range of different characters that will be able to enter in this DLC. And they have changed the way you level up for just the DLC. Where the DLC will have its own leveling structure.
Okay.
They compared it to Sekiro, where as you beat bosses and find things, you will upgrade your total attack power.
Okay.
So I feel like
to streamline it,
level 30 and level 180 characters are going to be kind of crunched to basically the same place to start.
Interesting. Yeah. So, because I imagine, well, okay, every FromSoft like DLC that you jump into, it's never been like tacked on to the end. It's always been in the middle of the run somewhere.
Dark Souls 3's Ring and City was.
It was okay.
The entry point for that was next to the final boss.
Because that would make sense for this, and in the same way that I would imagine as well that like the way Elden Ring ends is such that there's a bunch of different states the world can be in.
Yeah,
so
you can say that.
This is likely going with time fuckery, since that works way better.
No time fuckery. Completely different location.
Away from whatever you did and are doing.
Yeah, no, it's in a fucking pocket dimension.
Which worked for other previous games, because the state of the world at the end of those games is one that you can't really always have an extra story happen, much less have a fucking wife hunting you down.
Miyazaki says that it's about the size of Limgrave, but more complicated.
Yes.
But, and this is really important, this man says it takes about 25 to 30 hours to beat Elden Ring.
I don't.
It was really interesting. Gene pointed out on the tweet that was like, seeing the price tag on this, $40 for the DLC. Most other things that are DLC coming at that price tag,
ripoff.
Everyone immediately raises that eyebrow rightfully and goes, "What the fuck are you charging us?" But in this case, you're like, "Wow, there must be so much content.
So big. It must be so big."
You trust immediately that you're getting more than you bargained for with that, based on you getting too much to begin with the first time around. Shout out to Zuli the Witch with a pretty great video, and there's a lot of Reddit speculation on what we were looking at as well. The moment I saw I'm like, Snake Man, I'm like, Rykard Young? But it's like, no, actually.
I that too!
Right?
But
yeah.
No.
It's Mesmer, the Impaler.
It's Millennia and Mikola's brother.
Another Empyrean, redhead.
Another M.
And yeah, George R.R. Martin like made reference to a couple of these details as well in the outline for the game. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this seems like stuff that was planned from the jump.
I saw some speculation and some geographic posturing, and it appears that the realm of shadow, or whatever it's called, the lands of shadow, is going to be the landmass that should be in the dead ass center of the map. You know how there's the gigantic
the giant hole,
in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
it's probably that.
Interesting. I know the some of the things that were pointed out was like, okay, when you see the big Erdtree in the background of it, it has a second Erdtree coiled around it like a snake, you know, and it like similar in theme to the new character that's getting a cool statue. We got to see a fucking like melee hurricane kick moment that looks like Bone Fist from Dark Souls 2 is back. Like,
it sure does.
Big old fist combos. You're talking my language. Let's go.
There's a throwing knives that are like a equipable weapon as throwing knives.
There's a big like omen lion thing with like horns that you see.
Dude, that is guys stacked on each other's shoulders.
Is that what's happening? Is it a Vincent adult man?
Yeah, no, it's based off of like the Chinese parade dragon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But like if you look at it, it is absolutely like a Vincent adult man situation.
Hell yeah. That's super wild. Doing cool shit. And I think, we also saw like, there's like the Miquella ring sigil. There's that Nito Orphan of Kos creature that throws
there's going to be all sorts of weird fucking shit in there.
And there's actually a shot of Miquella's back pointing at the tree, you know? So you actually are like, oh, Miquella will be here and we'll get to figure out whatever the fuck, was going on. And hopefully in the corner, Moog can be maulding forever. Because can't get none.
So this is probably going to unlock a new ending.
Moog gets nihil bussy. It's been established.
God damn it, you caught me off guard on that one. Fuck. Oh no.
It's going to be really interesting to see like what Elden Ring feels like if you beeline to Moog, do the whole DLC, and then go back to like Lucaria.
You know, just get spit back out to the middle of it and
and see what the rest of the game feels like.
Shit, now I just need to finish Elden Ring before anything else. Whoops.
You might even be able to like jump into this DLC in the middle of your run, depending on how you access it, like or when it becomes available.
That's true.
You probably just have to touch the hand.
Get to the egg. Yeah. Could be. Yeah. Could be.
And I feel like, remember when...
It's not as interesting, though. I feel like they could do something better about it.
Well, you'll have to kill the guy in front of the hand first.
Well, yeah, but...
But also, you forget that actually getting to the hand is like a stupidly elaborate process, which feels like you're cheating.
Yeah. You go around the sides if you do the whole
I don't know if you guys have fucked with the game in a while, but at some point they patched it that you don't have to invade people online to access the egg early.
Oh, you can do it offline.
There's an NPC in Altus you can invade instead.
No. I did. That's the way I did it. Actually,
you did it like that?
I did it. I did it via the NPC. So shout outs to the eggy world of Mickey coming soon.
The eggy world.
And I assume as well that there's going to be a 6-spot made for PvP, so that you can try out all these crazy.
I mean, they got
weapons.
the Coliseums now.
Yeah, but like in the DLC world, would you? I guess you would then just go to the same spot with all the new shit. It's like a porcupine ability, Kirby Spike. I just see Kirby Spike mode. You know, you crouch down and everything goes. Brah.
That's kind of neat.
People pointed out that like almost every single spell you see in that trailer is an incantation.
Oh. Okay. So. I guess your build is hold on a minute. By the end, was there ever it was always imbalanced towards like you, if you're playing int, you fucking eat shit. Too bad.
No, Wooly, that's not true.
Okay,
that's not true.
Okay, well, you got the crazy busted ones, but it felt like all the we've been over this. It felt like all the big important moments were just like, too bad if you're going that way. But you get a really cool plot twist, though. You know, you get that moment, but Anyway,
I watched a fucking, oh god, how long was it? I watched this like over an hour of footage on a guy's YouTube channel called Rusty, who went through every single incantation and every single sorcery in Elden Ring, and then like categorize them as to what they do. And the basic gist of it is that sorceries have a lot more good guns to use, but incantations have a broader spectrum of usable stuff.
Okay, you get more wide builds you can make versus the one zap, 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 big zap, kamehameha.
Yeah, the other thing is that the game's like placement of incantations and spells makes it feel wildly fucked up depending on which one you have. Because when you get to Raya Lucaria, like 70% of the game's sorceries are in this one early zone, whereas incantations are spread out throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, and again, like I said, some of it too was like picking up the big lore important items and reading their descriptions and going, thanks for the lore, I do not have a build that can use this in the fucking chest you go, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, cool stuff. Yeah, it is nice that you can
Horizon's safe.
It is nice that, like, you know, you're like, hey, FromSoft, you gave us so much game last time that yeah, this being Limgrave sized, and he's saying 25, but we fucking
believe that at all.
I have no problem with the price for that, you know. That's an incredible ass game that I'm down to get more of.